Hi, I'm Andy from Trade Supermarket, and today I'm going to show you how to silicone round a bath exactly like this one here. Tools and materials needed for the job in question are a silicone gun, we've got some white bath sanitary sealant, we've got some low-tack tape, I've got some white spirit, a Stanley knife, and I've just got some toilet paper, or you can use kitchen roll. Okay, right, now getting on to the job in hand. I've got my bath sanitary sealant and I've already cut the top off the tube. So what I'll do is just place this in my gun and then screw the nozzle onto the tube itself. Then get my Stanley knife, and what I'll do is just cut this at a slight angle. And you'll find by cutting this at say a 45-degree angle-ish, it will help the gun move smoothly across the sanitary ware that you want to silicone. So let's get our bits that we need, take them over to our bath. Now, obviously there's so many ways you can silicone around pottery. Obviously we've got a bath here today. If this was on a job that I was doing, I would fill the bath with water. This then makes the bath heavy. I'd silicone around the bath, leave it for half a day or whatever, let the water out once the silicone's gone off. Right, okay, now, like I say, there's so many ways to do it. I'll just show you the way that obviously, you know, if you're doing it for the first time, if I was doing this now, I wouldn't bother taping it up. I'd run my silicone round, but obviously if you're doing it for the first time at home, this is a good way of doing it. So because we've got white sanitary ware and we've got black tiles, what we don't want to do is just free run our silicone along it, put our finger through the silicone, and all the silicone washes up the black edge of the tile and it looks terrible. So what we do is we just run some low-tack tape on the edge of the bath, probably about 2 or 3 mil away from the tile line. We'll run this right the way through, like so, and just cut that off. And do exactly the same at, let's say, the tap end. Place that on to the bath like so, and then again, if we just run that about 2 or 3 mil above the bath all the way along like that, and run that right the way through like so. I'll just show you how good this is, a good way to do it. So have a little bit of tape down the bottom there. And you'll find once you go and put the silicone on and you push your finger through it, it'll stop it riding up the tile, because that looks terrible. There we go, we'll just run a bit of tape around that. Like so. Now this is low tack tape, so it does come off the surface nice and easy. Okay, now our tape's in position. Right, okay, I'm going to use white spirit on my finger today. When we run the silicone in, I'll dip my finger in the white spirit and it just help my finger run along the silicone. If you haven't got any white spirit, you can just use a little pot, put some water in it, put a little bit of washing up liquid in. It works exactly the same way. Right, okay, our nozzle's cut, like I said earlier. So what we do is we place this in the corner and we start to squeeze this out. Again, be generous with it. Just try and keep it going in one motion all the way along. Like so. And I'll stop that there and just come to the other end. And again, keep that flowing through. Like so. Place that in my bath. Again, finger in the white spirit, or like I say, washing up liquid. Run that across. Go halfway through it. Just place another little tiny bit in there, like so. Again, run your finger through it, all the way along to the end. And this is where your tissue comes in handy. Another little bit of tissue. And again on the end of the bath, Squeeze this in the corner, make sure you get it in the corner because you want it nice and watertight. Again, run your silicone. Right the way to the end. Now I'm having to put a little tiny bit more silicone in this end because our wall on our right hand side is running out. So again, white spirit, just bring that round the corner, wipe it off, like so. Bring that right the way through, and as you can see I need a little tiny bit more in that area there. And just grab hold of that, push that through. Again, put that down, white spirit, wipe that through, and wipe that across. Right, okay, next procedure is get a little bit more tissue, and then just check your line, make sure your line's fine, which it is. Grab your tape before it all goes off, pull your tape off, around and off the side of your bath, like so. And again in the corner, just pull it off, and as you can see on that black tile line, that's a lovely straight edge along there. So let's just go down the other end and pull that off. And the idea of the tape, like I said before, it gives you a lovely straight line across the tiles and gives you a nice straight line across the bath.